So I haven't talked that much about Gearbox's new game dropping in 2022, that being Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. However, I felt like today we should go ahead and do that, talk about what's coming on, like coming out with it, all that good, just talk about it. And yeah, obviously you guys, since we are basically a Borderlands channel over here, I'm definitely going to be covering this game like crazy when it comes out, especially since it's, in the Borderlands universe. It takes place just after the Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep DLC for Borderlands 2, so it'll be pretty cool. It'll fit like right in between like BL2 and BL3. Pretty fucking dope. So basically, there's not too much to know about it. There's only a few screenshots. Obviously, we did get a trailer a little over a week ago now. The release date is set to be launching early in 2022 on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PS4, PS5, and PC. The star-studded co-op caper looks to be playable almost everywhere except for the Nintendo Switch. Sadly, sorry Nintendo fans. I'll probably be getting this on PC for sure. Given the early part of the 2022 release date, it's fair to expect Wonderlands is in the first quarter of the next year. So probably sometime between January and April of 2022, this game should drop. Still, given the difficulties of game development during a pandemic, don't be surprised if the Tiny Tina's Helm adventure gets pushed back until later in the year. That is true, especially with how things have been for especially like last year and stuff like that. There's a lot of games that got their dates pushed back multiple times. Like, looking at you, Cyberpunk, looking at you, Outriders, right? Just to name a few off the top of my head. So it's set shortly after the fan-favorite Borderlands DLC 2, Assault on the Dragon's Keep. This fully-fledged fantasy outing channels that DLC's themes and motives, set in an all-new and entirely unpredictable fantasy world inspired by Dungeons and Dragons, which is pretty freaking cool. D&D is such a fun role-playing game if you have dedicated friends to play it. Players find themselves at the mercy of their rather eccentric DM Tiny Tina, set inside Tina's copyright-safe game of bunkers and badasses. The story and gameplay are set to change wildly at Tina's behest. While we've seen procedural weapons in Borderlands, usually the story elements are completely scripted. Interestingly, that might not be the case here. In a recent interview over with IGN, the director basically pitches that the co-op release is as being packed with repeatable in-game content, suggesting that Tina's unpredictability adds potential for lots of replayability. I don't want to give any ideas for in-game content for a game that I haven't even played. I mean, it's its own thing. I mean, yeah, it's set in the Borderlands universe, but it's still its own game. So I don't really want to give any ideas. I want to play it first before I start throwing out ideas. You know what I'm saying? Fittingly for the fantastical setting, there are more than just guns for players to obsess over in the Wonderlands. With a collection of melee weapons, equipable armor, and amulets and spells at your disposal. That is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, Wonderlands may well offer the most varied combat in the Borderlands universe so far. That'll be cool, dude, because obviously, people are always looking forward to, Borderlands 4. But having a new entire game that's still set in the Borderlands universe, bro, I'm down. Sign me up. Where's that pre-order? I'm trying to tell you. As you may have seen from the star-studded initial reveal trailer, Wonderland's cast is absolutely stacked, featuring voice performances from Andy Samberg, Captain Valentine, Ashley Birch, Wanda Skies, and even the Will Arnett. Wonderlands will introduce players to a whole new crew of lovable weirdos. Interestingly, it appears that the main character focused in the trailer isn't actually playable, but we do know about him. However, is that this enigmatic avatar is voiced by anime legend Gabe Gunda. That's pretty fucking legit. In the series first, players will also be able to create and customize their own unique character. If that wasn't intriguing enough, your hero will also be able to juggle multiple classes as well as wielding magic via the aforementioned skill-like spells. With the Borderlands series limiting players to one class per character, this newfound level of flexibility with a big deal will be a big deal to many. Hey man, I'm just saying, I feel like Borderlands does a pretty good job of allowing you to make your a pretty customizable build. However, that's pretty cool that you can juggle multiple classes on one character, dude. I'm very interested. As this is a world that exists entirely in Tina's mind, you can expect to face off against some pretty out there foes, as well as dragons, skeletons, and sharks showcased in the trailer. Hey, I'm trying to be facing my boy Charles. What up, Witch, homie? In the trailer, Cox braces fans to expect some slightly warped take on high fantasy. I'm game. While for many fans, the announcement of Wonderlands came out of nowhere, series creator Randy Pitchford reveals that it has been a dream of his 2 decades in the making. Holy shit, dude, I've barely been alive for 2 decades. I have been trying to make a first-person action RPG fantasy game at Gearbox since '99 when I unsuccessfully pitched 3 concepts for games based on the Lord of the Rings franchise long before the movies. Pitchford revealed on Twitter following the Borderlands revealed trailer at the Summer Game Fest, "For me, Wonderlands is the culmination of this 20+ year long dream." So yeah, that's basically all we know at the moment. Regardless though, I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. I love new games. I love new looter shooters. I love RPGs just in general. It's my favorite genre of games, and I just can't wait for it. We will definitely be covering that like crazy. So probably like 8 to 9 months. Those are gonna be a shit ton of Tiny Tina Wonderlands content on the channel. So yeah, if you like Borderlands, you've been around for this long, you know what I'm saying, stick around till then, because you already know your boy's gonna run it up. Other than that though, guys, that was just gonna wrap it up for a little discussion video. I figured I'd go ahead and talk about it since I haven't made any discussion video on it, especially because like it's in the Borderlands universe. We're a Borderlands channel, obviously I'm gonna cover the shit out of that game. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the little very minuscule crumbs of a trail that we have of information regarding Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I want to know. Other than that though, guys, thank you all so much for watching the video. If you all are new around here and you did like the video and you like the content, please do consider subscribing, as we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, trying to hit that by the end of the year. But with all that stuff being said out the way though, guys, thank you all so much for watching. My name's Kree, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.